Hey guys, hiking in, it's called Table Trail or Table Mountain. It's near the Grand Teton in Wyoming. And I don't know, I was just hiking along and kind of thought I'd share some of this amazing trail. And I also wanted to mention Yellowstone Park well, it's in Wyoming as well. It's spectacular. I had an incredible experience there. Saw some amazing wildlife. Had an incredible experience with a 3-year-old female grizzly. She was gorgeous. Had a bunch of white or really, really light silver on her, all across her back and down her legs. Just amazing. I didn't come across her on a hike or anything. It was more so just leaving for a hike, actually, in the vehicle, and she was just out in a pasture and like an open field with some rocks, and she was digging. And anyways, if you really like mountains and rivers and lakes and waterfalls and nature and wildlife, oh my goodness, go check it out, guys. There's certain areas that are a little busy, with tourists and things, and there's the Grand Prismatic, which was super cool. It's a giant like geyser, I believe, and if you go between like 11 and 1 during the day and it's a sunny day and the sun's beating on it, it magnifies all these crystals that are minerals that are in the water or in the stone or whatever, like under the water, and it just glows and it's beautiful and it's gorgeous. Look up pictures of it, guys. It's amazing, but you got to see it with your own eyes. And then there's like an orange ring that kind of glows around it too. Yeah, check this out. A little waterfall. Whoop. Anyways, yeah. If you like that kind of stuff, put it on your list if you haven't been there. You can still find lots of remote places there as well. You just got to dig a little more, but it's amazing. And then the entire surrounding area, I hiked up to Glacier Lake and on the just the other side of the Beartooth Pass, and then on the side of Yellowstone there's Bear Lake, and you can hike way back in, and it's so cool because you just come to one lake and then there's another lake and then there's another lake. And I learned something cool while I was out there. I ran into a woman that was fishing, and she was telling me that they actually stock all the lakes but with different species of fish. And so like certain lakes have certain fish and others have different ones, and so there's like a book or something you can get. So if you're looking for something specific, you can go to that lake. I just thought that was super cool. And what else? Yeah. I don't know. Get out there and enjoy yourselves, guys. It's a beautiful time of year right now. It's like, I don't even know what the date is, but it's September 1st, or it's right around the end of August, beginning of September. There's no bugs. There's still so much color in the wilderness. Like I'm just in awe of, the yellows and the purples and the reds and the greens and it's so colorful. And I mean, gosh, guys, look, like it's just, and there's hardly anyone out here. Make sure you got your bear spray and, take precautions and things. Make sure you got some decent footwear. It's not, as you can see, it's not like the ultimate kind of terrain, but, these places are out here, and, there's still a lot of free places to camp too. I was driving driving the road in here. It's a dirt road to get to the trailhead, and there's people camping off to the side and little areas that are carved out for camping, and it's free. There's still a lot of places that are free, guys. To each their own. Everybody's got their own thing of their idea of what they need with them and what they need to travel. I actually just commented on there was a lady that posted on Facebook the other day, and she was talking about asking for our opinion on she wants to travel the US soon, and she's just not sure if she should get a motorhome or a camper van or what, right? And it's always interesting to me when I see those kinds of posts, people looking for, because I'd like to think that I offer maybe not perfect, but what I offer is I usually start with, well, it comes down to what it is that you think you might enjoy and what you think you might end up doing and where you're going to go or whatever. Like, not that there's no way of knowing, but are you the type of person that likes to go up this, wild, crazy, trail that's, rocky and off into the mountains, or where, a Mercedes-Benz can't drive to, or something like that. So, that's what it comes down to, right? We just have to kind of look at our own interests, and that's what I said to her. And then I explained what my setup was and why it works for me. And, I can always improve upon it, and then, I've witnessed in the last year and a half traveling around North America, I see giant motorhomes, and they're great. You got everything you need. It's like a freaking house on wheels, but you know what? They're going from campground to campground. So, you're not getting much free camping, and you're also so limited. Shit. Look at where I am. And I drove here. Not back here, but you know what I mean? So and she was like, well, I want to take my kayaks and things. And so, obviously, there's things that you just have to weigh out, right? Can I do without some things? Can I, you can go into the city with a camper van or a pickup truck with a camper on it like I have, and you can go in the city and you can park in a regular parking spot. I did a trip. My sister and my brother-in-law and we did a little trip over to Vancouver and explored the area about two and a half years ago. And we rented, it wasn't even a big motorhome. It was, I don't know if it's called a Class C or something like that, but it was big enough that we struggled. Shit. Trying to drive around in Vancouver and trying to find a place to park and just, it's loaded. You got everything. You got a bathroom and you got your things, right? So that's why I say you got to see what, mind you, nowadays they have some pretty amazing conversions. Camper vans have, some of them even have showers and a lot of them have toilets and things and whatever. So I don't know if you're even really missing out. It's just a smaller, more compact space. So, and it is, I think, you can get a lot of camper vans that have 4-wheel drive, but you are a little bit more limited with your options as opposed to a pickup truck with a camper in it. And then you have, obviously there's millions of pickup trucks with 4-wheel drive. So then you bring that into the mix. But what you take away is that, some people like that comfort zone of being able to get out of your front driver's seat and just turn around and walk and stay in that space. It might be pouring rain out, or, you might not feel safe in a neighborhood and you just want to lock your doors and stay in it. And so, with the pickup truck and a camper, unless you've got some sliding rear window that you can sneak through or something silly, but so that's one limitation to the truck and camper setup. But I've myself personally, I've never, my gosh, I don't know if I've ever really been stuck in the rain. I mean, you just, it only takes 2 seconds to run back and get in and you're dry. But, and then as far as, I mean, I don't go myself, I smart travel as far as, I mean, I'm sure I can get so much smarter. It's not like I know everything, but, I don't put myself in situations. I just don't put myself in places where, I don't go into the cities, actually, really, pretty much don't at all, actually. I avoid them and, if I do, it's, I'm not really sleeping there, staying there. I get out. So, I don't know. You just, you learn to not put yourself in certain situations too, right? I don't go park beside a bar. I mean, it helps that I don't drink to begin with. A lot of people, it's not like you got to be a big drinker, but I mean, a lot of people like to go to these little, the craft breweries and the wineries and things. I think they're super cool. They're freaking pieces of art. Everyone's completely different. It's like the coffee houses and things too. Yeah, people are getting so creative and they're so unique and they're so amazing to check out. It's so cool, but it's not somewhere I'm not gonna go and park beside a bar. That's for sure, and have some dudes at the end of the evening peeing on my tires and rocking my camper so you don't put yourself in those situations, and you're not gonna have a lot of problems. So as far as that, I don't know. Anyways, I just thought I'd mention it. There's lots of things to think about. It's just a matter of what works for you. And, you might not even know, when I drove away a year and a half ago from my job and my house and my old life and everything, I literally just didn't have a clue about this kind of life at all. And I had no idea what I was going to need. And I had a little cap on my pickup truck and built a little bed in it, and that's all. And it was fine. But you grow, right? And so after, traveling for a year and a half or over a year, and I went back to, a home base, my sister's, I was able to, kind of reevaluate everything. I sold my 2-wheel drive pickup because I wanted 4-wheel drive. I also had a little motor in it, which, I like to have something a little more powerful to get up and over things and through stuff and whatever. So, I upgraded, even though it was a much older vehicle. I got a really good shaped vehicle that's, and it's what I now, so it's, you'll never, if you're just starting out, guys, you'll never know exactly what you need. You learn as you go. You see other people, you meet other people that you just, wow, you got that, that'd be a great idea, and I should get that. And I realized a few times those little recovery ramps could have helped me out tremendously on the beaches in Mexico, or even up in the mountains and things when I got stuck. So those are now something that I have. Whether I end up needing them or someone else does, right? So that's what it's all about. All right, I'm not gonna talk forever, guys, but yeah, check it out. What an awesome place to be. Good way to spend the day. And you know what? I don't know if it's my favorite thing about nature, but definitely a highlight for me is the silence. The kind of silence that you hear in the wilderness sometimes is very profound. And it's, it's always there, but it's a kind of silence that, we don't always get to enjoy because of, most of us are, even if we're not in a city, there's still noise. I've been staying at my friends for the last few days, or last week and a half, and they're on the outskirts of a town. They got a little country property, but you got the road noise going by, right? There's always something that's noise, right? So get out, give yourself a break, have a balance. We got to balance ourselves. I meet a lot of people that are unbalanced, guys. We don't need to be in survival mode all the time. Right? You have to take care of business, and you you have family and you have friends and you have responsibilities, and we all have things and stuff, and but it just comes down to balancing. Like, take some time for yourself to just breathe and just be, and try and be in the moment when you're out in these places. Just try and be in the moment. I did some rock climbing the other day for the first time ever. I'm very fortunate. I feel very blessed. I have the friend that I'm staying with right now, and he's a professional rock climber, and doesn't do it that much anymore, but did it for years when he was younger, and he hadn't been out in a while, and he says, "You want to try it?" And I'm like, heck yeah. So, don't be afraid to try new things too, guys. I hadn't mountain biked in quite a while, and I borrowed his mountain bike and went off into the mountains and the other day, and yeah, you just gotta know your limits too and play within it, kind of thing. You gotta, I'm 46. I'm not like 19, so I don't need to go 100 miles an hour down a mountain. I'm okay thinking about, well, I don't need to wipe out. I don't need to break anything. And I still have fun. I still was kind of zipping along here and there, but yeah, you just find something in the middle that works for you, kind of. Anyways, get out there, live life, guys. It feels amazing. Whatever your situation is, just take a little bit of time. All right? We just, this life is meant to be enjoyed, that you're in. So, enjoy it. Okay. Adios, amigos.